You all asked for it. It's finally here. How to build a tabletop. Mwah! Ha 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 ha! Please refer back to how to build jumps for some of the basics. Step number 1 is to find a level piece of ground so that you can keep the dirt as level as possible. You don't want to have your front end loader or skid steer or bobcat off-centered because it makes it hard to make the jump actually level. So a level piece of ground is perfect. If you're going, this looks really familiar, well, it is. If you watch my other video, which I recommend you do, it goes over some of the basics, but we're going to build the same. We're going to go left to right to make sure we stay even, and then we're going to fill out the middle till we get to the right height we want the tabletop to be. Because keep in mind, once we start rolling over, it's going to squish it down. So you need a lot of dirt. You need more dirt than what you think you do. Once you get the right height you want, now it's got to be the length. How long do you want the tabletop to be? So what you're going to do, as you see pictured above, is you're just going to start stacking it backwards. All right, so you're going to work backwards. And what I mean by that is you're going to stack each bucket of dirt behind the previous bucket. That's the right height that you want until you get the right length that you want. So I'm going to show you another angle so you can see what it looks like when you're stacking backwards. But you can tell it's a lot of dirt. You need a lot of dirt. I'm going over this again just because it's very important. Stack left to right with full buckets. You can see the V in the middle, which we can fill in just with one bucket. So after about 20 loads of dirt, you can see I'm starting to form what looks to be a tabletop. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bucket to back drag the lip so that I can actually drive up on top of the dirt. So you can see I'm back dragging it to make it smooth so that I actually have some sort of a decent incline that I can drive up. Then I'm going to use the bucket to push the dirt to make it nice and smooth so that I've got a level field on top of it. So now that I'm up on top of there, here's the tricky part. I'm going to do the same thing and back drag the first lip, the first part of the tabletop, and then once I'm on top of the tabletop with my bucket, I'm going to keep pulling it backwards, but I'm going to be lifting up the bucket simultaneously so I'm not dragging it downward. So I'm trying to keep it level because that's going to be the top of the tabletop. We all know tabletops are very level on the top. And then I'm going to go back and grab more dirt and put it on top so that I can add to it to make sure it's as level as I want it to be, because you don't get this thing right the first try. It takes a little bit of fine tuning as far as shaping to make it actually level. So I'm grabbing a full bucket of dirt, making sure it's fairly level inside my bucket, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to put it on top of the portion that isn't quite as level as I would like it to be. And as I'm back dragging it, again, I'm lifting the bucket up, and then for the landing right there, I'm going to shape it with the bucket. I want to make the landing around 30 to 40 degrees because it's not going to make me endo if I case it or anything scary like that. So I'm going to go back, grab a full bucket of dirt, put it on top of the tabletop, back drag it so until I get the proper angle I want as far as for my landing. So I'm going to have Travis hop into the track skid, and he's going to do everything that we just talked about, but just more effectively and easily with the track skid. That's why if you have these available, this is the equipment you should be using. You can build it with it. You can shape with it. He's getting the proper degree on the landing, and we're smoothing it out so that it's nice and level. And then say you wanted to make your launch, your lip, the front of the jump, a little bit steeper, around 50, 60 degrees, so that you could get more height. Well, you can do it by using the bucket and cutting down through the dirt and cutting away so that you get that proper angle. And then we're going to smooth out the sides to make it look all nice and clean. I know this wasn't a very big tabletop. We actually made a small tabletop that was safe so nobody would get hurt. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Comment below. Let me know what you guys want to see. If you want to see more track building tips or riding tips, let me know. So this is Johnny Hopper. Till next time, guys. Have fun.